In search of Alisaie. The Crystal Exarch is eager for you to meet with Alisaie. Ready to depart for Amh Araeng. Alisaie will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She, impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was. Repeatedly. So she bitched you out. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here. This is a letter of introduction addressed to the man named Cassard, the master of a merchant caravan. There are a few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amaro launch, and he will see that you reach your destination. All right.
If you've come looking for work, I might have a spot for another guard.
I have a sealed missive here.
Oh, a friend of the Exarch. Hoping to meet someone in Amh Araeng, are you? Then I shall be your guide. I was about to set off for our outpost there, as a matter of fact, so we can leave right away. Assuming you have everything you need.
Best as I will. Alright, speak with him again, I guess.
All set? Then off to the unforgiving sands we go.
You can now travel to Amh Araeng. Speak with the Adroy Amaro Tamer to fly to the desert. You can also use your Aether Compass to... Oh no, Aether Currents. In new regions, the Aether Compass can be found under Collection in the Duty section on the main menu. I have it on my hotbar, don't you worry. I've got you.
Amh Araeng. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath Araeng once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Amh Araeng meant majestic land in the language of his people.
There's Namaro. Hi, buddy.
And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
Very pretty music here.
Oh, no matter how many times I come here, the heat never fails to catch me off guard. Don't be surprised when the temperature drops at night, though. The sky is still bright, of course, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver.
Interesting.
Now, the Exarch's letter said I was to take you to the inn at Journey's End, which is where this Alisaie friend of yours is staying. But that's a fair old distance, so I propose we make a stop in Mordsuk to break up the trek, allowing me to attend to some business and you to enjoy the local hospitality. Sound good? Good.
I got you.
Alright, you lot, I'm off, and I better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. Right, we head southwest, straight as an arrow. Can you do it, Kat?
What?
Can you travel straight?
No, too gay for that.
Stop here a moment. This is your first visit to Amh Araeng, is it not?
Yeah.
Before you cross the river of sand, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that.
Ah. What? What? Do you mean this?
Matter the view.
That foundation is... They did not build a good foundation.
Admire it.
Why is it diagonal? Is it intentional, like the Leaning Tower? Or is it because of the sand and they didn't foundation it good?
They built them big, didn't they? That's Castle Charles, a fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Amh Araeng. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it when they say it was once one of Norvrant's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Amh Araeng's lands were lost to the light, its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying, most of them anyway. No, not many choose to come here these days, not with everything in ruins. Even that oaken great fortress has become little more than an Amaro roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is as deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Mord Sook. Did you get it? Deserted? Deserted?
Oh my God. Get out.
Let's press on, shall we?
How dare you? All right. You guys see that big wall of what looks like crystal or ice?
That's
my
right.
Friends.
Methamphetamine.
No. Not that kind of crystals.
Here we are, Mord Sook. By the blessed shadow, I love this town.
Oh. I'll just pick it up. City of the Mord. Cassard stands at the entrance to Mord Sook, an eager smile on his face.
Mord Sook, not just full of Mord, but Humes and all manner of others too. It has long been a refuge for folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, have you met a Mord before? They might look like shifty little blighters, but a more welcoming lot you could never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay our respects to Master Gengen. I'll go ahead and let him know we've arrived.
All right. I think the Mord are the Kobold. No, I think it's the Kobold. These guys. All right. Oh, it's a cutscene. Look at that face. That's a kobold. What beady eyes. I'll say so this is a Mord.
Master Gengen.
Whoa.
This is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
I was not expecting voice acting.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mord Sook.
That is not the voice I thought he was going to have.
Sook is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Amh Araeng.
That is so close to the joke voice I was tempted to give him.
Well, it would have been on point.
Like this.
Oh my God.
Don't you know, darling?
Darling?
You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too. Many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Amh Araeng by choice, but Mord Sook's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Moans around.
Aye, that they do. For Mord do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Mord philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
As the good Mord says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense.
How good of him.
A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Uh-oh.
Gold? Real Verbert gold?
Ah!
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Do not perceive me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer? I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here! Come and look!
You buy?
Over here! Enough of that! Come, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots. Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
They're like, you bitch. Is that Ron? Amazing. All right, Ron.
Welcome to Ronron's, traveler. I have wares to empty your purse and fill your belly. Take your time, stare and sniff before you choose. But no drooling on the merchandise, yes?
Browse Ronron's wares. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a foodstuff and inspect it with right trigger or A. Not immersion though, chat. No, it's just this. Okay. Bread? Worms? Ew. And meat. I don't know what the bread is.
I call that mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruits, so even if the bread dries out, it's still moist inside. Keeps you going in the heat.
Okay. The worms I thought were mushrooms, to be honest. Ugh.
Everyone's favorite, plump white worms slathered in honey.
Ew.
Once you eat a glazed regular, you'll never want any other treat.
Ew. What else did he have? Oh, skewers.
That's my ever-burning bounty, made with the best parts of the lizard, cured with special spicy spices. Some find the smell challenging, but it'll warm you up on chilly desert nights.
What's wrong with worms? Huh? Oh no, the frogs.
Oh, you'll like those.
No.
Chewy skewers. Find small frogs hiding under rocks, spear with stick, then roast over fire. Crackly on the outside, gooey on the inside.
Ew.
Perfect for snacking.
Ew. I'm gonna go with the bread if I can choose. Ew. Disgusting. Oh, is this a cutscene now? Oh.
They all look tasty, yes? Which to choose, which to choose.
I'm gonna go with the mush loaf.
Ah, very wise. You won't wither on the sands with a gut full of cactus fruit filling. You have the gold. And done.
Oh.
One Vobertite honor buys you 40 loaves of bread.
I'm surprised he has 40 just available. Nom nom. Oh no. What did it do to me? Did I just... I think I'll share the rest. I don't need to eat 40.
No, come on.
Oh my god.
Our visitor invites us to feast. Let us give thanks for his great generosity and small appetite.
Oh my god.
Consider your coin purse cracked. I am pleased to accept your custom, and Gengen will be pleased that you honored ours.
Oh no.
Keeping the merchandise down, yes? No returns.
Oh my god, why would I eat so much? Why would I do that?
I was watching from here, Kat. You honored our custom with great relish. You will always be welcome in Mordsuk. If you need anything in Amh Araeng, we are here to provide.
Awesome.
I didn't know how to differentiate those two.
Honestly, I keep my voice fairly similar for anybody that's tribe, because that's just easier.
Yeah.
All right, Cassard. Working off the meal. Cassard is impressed by your gastronomic fortitude.
You have courage, my friend. Ronron's wares are more exotic than harmful, but I don't envy you the bellyache you'll have on the morrow.
Rude.
Right, now that you've eaten, I expect you're eager to get back on the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I can conclude my business here in Mordsuk.
Okay.
Oh, offering your services, are you? Aye, well, an assistant would certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt here for some goods that need picking up from the market. All properly paid for. You just need to do the lifting and carrying.
Okay.
I'll go and take care of some last-minute haggling then. See you in a bit.
Okay, you may view the market receipt at any time during this quest by using relevant item in the key items menu. Ba-da-ba. Okay. Cured leather. Am I just stealing it?
Hungry again already? You have a strong stomach, friend, but I wouldn't eat those.
No, What? What?
It says use the market receipt.
On him? Do I have to, like, target it and use it? Here, let me...
I don't know. It's like a usable item, so... Maybe you target Ron and use it. Maybe you just use it.
Okay. Table cactus, Thonthon, iron ore, Tall, Amh Araeng antiques. Oh, so I don't even want this.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I'm inside it.
Cassard sent you, did he? Right, yes. What kind of ore was it again?
Iron ore.
Iron ore, of course. That would explain this box I have here. It's all yours.
Thank you. Oh no, I'm being quizzed. Luckily, I remembered. I think. Hi, Billy Coco. Hello.
You came in with Cassard, yes? Good. I can finally stop thinking about that sack. Please, take your prickly purchase.
Okay. Got it.
Hey, no touching. That merchandise is spoken for. You couldn't possibly change my mind with a better offer. What? Cassard sent you? Oh, why didn't you say so? I wouldn't dream of selling his goods to a higher bidder. Oh, no. The Amh Araeng relics, wasn't it? All packed in that box there. Handle with care.
All right.
Don't tell me you've been round the entire market already.
Here you go. Yes, I have been, sir.
Aye, that's the lot, all right. Good work. And quick work, too, considering you've not set foot in the place before. I thought you wanted to sit in the city like the Exarch, but something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I'd hoped to conclude all my business before you returned, but it seems there's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs.
I don't know who this is. Cassard, it feels like an age since I last saw you. Oh, okay. I'll be them.
Well, if it isn't the lovely Tesleen. It has been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This gentleman was on his way to meet with Alisaie. I'm supposed to be taking him to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commandeered my attention.
Wait, I know who you are. Alisaie has told me so much about you. You're Kat, aren't you? I knew it! How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. I'm Tesleen. I work as a carer in the inn, and I've gotten to know Alisaie quite well since she took up guard duties there. Do you want me to take over as Kat's guide, Cassard? My shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it would be no trouble.
That would be a great help. Thank you. Well, it looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while yet. Seek me out when you've had your fill of Amh Araeng, and I'll send you back to the Crystarium.
Thanks. Alright.
Does he not know we can teleport?
Nah, it's fine. A desert crossing. Tesleen is eager to set off. Alisaie has been desperate to see you, Kat, so let's get you to her sooner rather than later. The inn isn't too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of the rock spires from here. We just need to swing around the ridge, then head south. Come on, I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. All right. All set? Oh, I should probably mention the wildlife. While most of them will leave you be if you keep your distance, the local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Do you think you can handle any beasts that try to make a meal of us? I thought you might. Alisaie was always saying how lucky you... Or how much you... I mean, let's get going, shall we? How much I what? What?
Like murder.
Murder! Alright, Tesleen.
Also, something about the way you said Tesleen when you ran up to her at first a minute ago just made me immediately think of the song.
What song?
Tesleen, 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 Tesleen. I'm begging of you, please don't take my wall.
Pretty sure it's not Tesleen, is it?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Sorry, there wasn't much time to shout out a warning. Were you bitten? Those things can be nasty. And yet hardly a match for you, it seems. I'd always thought Alisaie was strong, but in her mind, she was never... now it makes sense. Well, we should push on. It might be best if you scout ahead and clear out any coyotes that have our scent. I'll wait here so you can fight without any distractions. Okay. Destination. Oh, there they are. Dodging so many things. I did it. Oh, thank goodness you're back. I could hear the howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. Let's hope the rest have seen your handiwork and know to avoid us now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. All right. This is it. Thanks to you, I didn't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. It seems you ended up escorting me. I'll have to repay the favor somehow, but first, let's head inside, shall we? Okay. Welcome to the inn at Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alisaie arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and the handful of carers. Afflicted? You don't know? I don't think I've met anyone besides Alisaie who was so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folk have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alisaie give you the full explanation. Oh, okay. Okay. Experience, let's go. Alright. Hello again. Following in her footprints, Tesleen casts her gaze around the inn, hoping to spot Alisaie. Now, where is she? I think she might be out on patrol. You could wait, I suppose. But why not go and surprise her? She actually takes a look at... She usually takes a look at things from the watchtower first, so you might be able to catch her there. It's not far. Head out south side and you'll see it. You'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. Da-da-da-da. All right. Alisaie's fine. Alisaie is nowhere to be seen, but you spot fresh footprints on the ground, and they look to be about the right size. The small footprints lead off to the northwest. They continue to the northwest. More small footprints. Curve around to the west. Oh my god. She's trying to do a ritual. There are more tracks here, but they end in a mess of disturbed sand. Oh shit.
Get back here!
Is that... It can't be.
Impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner. How are you?
Can we talk about that weird camera choice?
That was a very weird starting position. Yes.
Yeah.
We've fought them to a standstill then. The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where 1 would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal.
I love that description.
But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether, and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct, that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason. Which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
Well, that was a lot of information. All right, Alisaie. It's just a matter of time, more or less. Or more for some, less for others. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted we are feared, shunned, cast out of society and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well as a training ground. Tesleen and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters, which is knowledge I can now share with you, while you help me finish my patrol, of course. Oh, okay, I guess I'm helping. Fine. Culling their ranks, Alisaie would have you help her finish her patrol. Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn and you clear the west. That way we can have an undiluted experience with the resident terrors. These marks on your map are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a Sin Eater, but you'll know for sure soon enough when they come slavering after your aether. Remember, it's killed or be killed with these monsters. Once you've slain whatever's prowling out there, we can rendezvous back to the north entrance. Good hunting. All right. Ba-ba-da-ba. Just in case, I'm ready. Oh, there's one. Forgiven cowardice.
Get it.
I'm getting it. Ah, tender love. Oh.
I mean, yeah, the main thing I learned from Shadowbringers was not to forgive people.
Oh my god. Alright. Okay. Nothing there, I guess. Anything? Yes. Same kind.
Yeah. See, that's what happens when you forgive people. They turn into this.
No. Don't think that's how it works.
I don't know. Maybe I'll learn something different from the cutscenes, but I doubt it.
Did it? How did you fare? Ah, I thought there might be one or two lurking on the fringes. Nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you'd notice it yourself, but individually, these lesser sin eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat. Much like the void scent, they have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin eater goes on the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols. To cull their ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play. And you've certainly helped on that front. Let's report our victories to Tesleen, shall we? Alright. Alisaie tells me you helped out on her patrol. You have our thanks. And my apologies for leading you from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you found each other. You have no idea how badly Alisaie has missed your company. Everything is always, if Kat were here, he would... That's an exaggeration, and I don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Kat's methods. Honestly, after seeing him in action, I can understand why. The way he leaps into the fray without hesitation. It really is something to behold. I might be a little smitten myself. I'm only teasing, though I've no doubt he deserves all the admiration he gets, just as you do. A purchase of fruit. Tesleen has the air of a woman being pulled in 10 directions at once. I'd love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties I put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. There are 101 things that need doing. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alisaie? What, and twiddle our thumbs while you work yourself to death? Surely there's something we can do to help with. I could do with a hand, it's true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Alisaie. While we do that, could you tend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I meant to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them and seeing that their skin isn't caked in sand. Their names are Pawnil, Todden, and Halric. They may not give much in the way of a response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. Alright. Pawnil.
Thank you.
Alright. Todden. Okay. Totten glances up at you blankly, but you notice the tension in his face ease slightly. Halric. Oh. Halric remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. The texture of his skin is hardened into something akin to plaster. Okay.
You've seen the patients. How were they? Good. That's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. I'm concerned about Halric, though. I'll have to speak with the other carers, but I think his time may be near.
We shall leave you to have that discussion, then. I was going to take Kat to Mord Sook, if you have any errands there that need doing. We literally came from there.
Well, I suppose there is one thing.
Would you pick up a nectarine from the markets, please? Cassard's caravan just passed through, so Ron should have some fresh fruit. Come then, Kat. There's something I want you to see. Right after we stop at Ron's stall, of course. Okay. Hey, Ron.
Oh ho! Back again, are you? You need another taste of Ron's wares?
Actually, we were looking to buy a nectarine. Do you have any in stock?
Oh yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how richly you cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one, free of charge.
Gods, I've never seen a Mord merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh yes, I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well. Ew. Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. The worms, if you please.
Only the best regulars for you. Come again, my friends.
Right, that's our shopping chores taken care of. Let's head up past the Aetherite to the main tower. The view I wanted to show you can only be seen from its very top. Alright. Here are your precious worms. That buys us a trip to the top of the tower, does it not?
Great regulars, you actually brought them. I really shouldn't let you, but just this once, all right? Only once.
Never fails, shall we? All right.
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond? That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty, white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought. It's Halric's favorite fruit. Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters, but their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals. I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed?
Yes. Well, to be fair, we didn't leave.
I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
All right.
I'm glad I was able to show you that. When it comes to understanding the catastrophe which befell the first, one glimpse of the empty wasteland beyond the wall is worth more than an hour of Oriange's lecturing. And I needed you to know, beyond a doubt, that Tesleen had no other choice. The nectarine will be a kindness. It isn't just the threat posed to others. When a person becomes an eater, the pain appears to be excruciating. The carers are truly fond of their wards, and would spare them that suffering. It is their way of fighting back against the worst fate than death. A fate worse than death. Same thing. You're back. I hope you had a nice time. Did you manage to find the nectarine?
Here you go.
Thank you. Alisaie's explained why I wanted this, has she? I can see it in your eyes. But we may not need it just yet. I spoke with the others, and we've decided to keep an eye on Halric for now. Thanks to you, though. If his time does come suddenly, we'll be ready to send him on his way with a taste of happier days.
Oh, about to be 77. The time left to us. Tesleen makes an effort to smile brightly.
Well, nothing is going to happen for a little while yet, so let's see if we can't lighten the mood. We don't want our gloomy faces worrying the patients. I think it's time for that welcome meal, don't you? Take a seat, and I'll make us some nice stew.
Ba-ba-da-ba. Okay.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
That sounds like Tataru.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
You haven't oh my god, you needn't have gone to the trouble.
Oh, it's nothing, really. And we do so rarely have guests. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from Arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
They're coming.
Tesleen!
That's ominous.
Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Where's baby?
Everything's fine.
Kat, Alisaie, we have to go look for Halric. I don't know what's gotten into him, but if he's wandering out there alone... We'll assign search areas and split up. Any idea where he might be headed? No, he's never done anything like this before. But it can't be a coincidence that the other patients are suddenly so agitated. They can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the inn. Halric isn't very sure on his feet, so he won't have gone far. I'll search the east side. Please, Halric, please be all right. I'll cover the north and west then. You take everything from here to the south.
Okay. Yes, I'm going south. I see nothing.
Cool.
You see no sign of Halric. Maybe he went further west?
I don't blame you.
You scan your surroundings in search of Halric and suddenly find yourself under attack! Oh, forgiven folly.
See, another person that got forgiven.
Yeah, the whole point is they're more like holy
You
symbols.
can't just forgive people.
Oh my god. Chat, the weed whacker's back. Or here, I guess before it was lawn mowing. Now it's weed whacking. Ah! Is that sunscreen or split screen?
I think he said saint screen.
Oh. Pretty sure I know which one it is.
Holy thing.
Just joining on the spoiler dance. Gotcha. Da, 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 da. Hi, Akira. Hello, hello. Dead. All right, I guess we're going north. Oh.
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
That's probably fine.
Speaking of Soul Calibur, hey,
Did you
it's
see the size of
Sophia.
that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones.
Sophia?
Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
Also, sorry, I keep talking in the cutscenes today.
It's okay, baby.
There it is! Is that... Oh no!
Halric!
Halric!
Nice, Tesleen.
We have to run! Tesleen! No!
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
No!
Forgive me, Alisaie.
Will that happen?
I'm sorry, Kat. I tried to tell the carers what happened, but I can't be the shoulder they lean on. Not like this.
Aww. Hi, Kasana. It's just so unfair. Tesleen was always so cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared, that there wouldn't be any pain. Of all the people in the world to suffer such a fate. I'm sorry.
I imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us, so I appreciate what you're doing here. Me, I can barely... I don't have the words. Without a body, we can't even give her a proper burial. And she cared about that sort of thing. About giving people the chance to say their goodbyes.
I blame Halric. Halric is as unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up into the sky where the Sin Eaters made their escape.
Whoa!
I'm 77! Okay.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Okay, let's start getting our astrologian up there. Alright, Alisaie. Tears on the sand. Alisaie. Thank you. What you're doing, it means a lot to them. To me.
Sorry to interrupt. We realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Halric. You weren't hurt at all, were you?
Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late. Too slow. And I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course, just give him what time you can.
We always do.
Of course. She would have done the same. Farewell, Halric. Keep Tesleen's words close to your heart. Wait, you're leaving this very moment? I understand how you must feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes. And a purpose. This damned light building without cease. It's the reason we can't save those corrupted by the Eaters. But what if we corrected the balance? Even if it were only little by little. Even if it took years. It would surely make things better. Better.
Now hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light. But how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world.
That's right. We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repel the Eaters on my own, but I can still use the skills I've gained here to hunt them. They're like, wow, we just lost 2 people in one moment. Well, that's probably fine. Forgive me, Kat. I couldn't stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the end battle against this blight with kindness, I must find it in my own way. With steel. From Eorzea's sword in the darkness to Norvrant's sword in the light? Gods above. Feels like an age ago now.
Miss Alisaie, is there anything I can get you?
Your swiftest tomorrow. I need to return to the Crystarium immediately.
As you wish.
As you wish. Oh, okay, we're just here. Oh, hi, Alice. Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Amh Araeng again. I've barely gotten the sand out of my eyes.
but the wind did help clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe the Sin Eaters out, shall we?
Alright.
Do you have business with the Crystal Exarch? Just say the word and I would be happy to escort you to the Ocular.
Let's go. Da-da-da. Oh. Well, let's finish Alisaie's then.
Thank you for seeking me out, Kat. It meant a lot to have you there at my side. I was tempted to set off again the moment we decided upon a direction, but you still have to visit Aflano, don't you? Haven't you? And if I know my brother, he'll be on the cusp of discovering something vital to our success, if he hasn't already. I'm content to stay here and consider our options for the time being, but don't keep me waiting too long, eh?
Okay, I guess we're just gonna go get Alphino first. We've got one twin, yes, but what about a second one? Twin.